Welcome. My name is Carolyn and I am a ghost healer. For the past 30 years I've been helping dead people, the ones caught in the space between this world and the next. I've documented many of the hauntings and I've often made drawings of the souls who I've helped. I'm now ready to share these stories with you. We all have a story, and these stories belong to the lost souls who I've helped on their way. Today, I'd like to tell you a story about a ghost haunting a cinema in Frome in Somerset in England. Now, I already knew that the cinema was haunted because I'd been there over the years, and I'd always sensed this ghost near the stage area, stage right in fact. So I felt really lucky when the manager actually agreed that I could go along and see what I could pick up. It didn't take me long once I was in the auditorium to sense this young lady who seemed so polite and gentle, just waiting there, probably just waiting for me to get my act together and focus on what's going on. And yeah, she was sort of treating me like a teacher, someone with some soft authority. She sort of had her shoulders back and was sort of stood to attention a bit. And I could see that perhaps some cleaning staff or security people at the end of the night might have sensed her or seen her even, probably at the corner of their eyes over the years. She was dressed in what I would say was clothes that you would wear if you were working in a mill. And she expressed to me how much she wanted to carry on working and that she was doing so well and that her father and her family were so proud of her. And I was just beginning to see images of her life, and then I caught sight of her hand. And I just had to wince a bit. It was really awful, an awful cut on her hand. And I could see that she had trapped in some machinery. It happened very quickly. And it was crossing and it trapped her hand, leaving two deep cuts, one across the palm and the other cut on the same hand a little further up. Very nasty injury. And I think this would have had to have played a part in how she died. And for her, it would have just been like, well, that's a cut. I'm gonna get better. And she was so full of hope and just willingness and loved her life and, had a loving family around her. And then I see pictures of her lying on her sickbed and I can see her hand and it is so infected and it must have been so painful for her. And her family were all around her, and I would suggest that's how she died, which sounds brutal and so unfair. And she just dwelled on the disbelief of that her life has been cut so short. She had all this possibilities ahead of her and, loving family around her. And for her, it probably would have seemed like a minor injury. She'd perhaps seen other people recover from worse. So there she was. Just she didn't move on to the light. No, I'm here. I'm going to get better. So it was a very quick thing. I was able to move her on, make a bit of space. And it was lovely to be able to do it, just to help her on her way to the spirit world. Just was a very humbling experience. The cinema, I think, felt much better after that. Thanks for listening.